The, fo- the following program contains.
Good morning and welcome to Oils Behind Closed Doors. We are Four Visions for Oils and we are presenting the doTERRA essential oils as usual. So we welcome you today to our theme, The Power to Be in 2023. And I am Ruth Conwell.
And I'm Brenda Maxey.
And we have our supporters and our resource persons, Janetta Denier and Regina Rucker, who are not here today, but they are always working in our background. And we're going to start off with the scripture.
And so the first scripture, Beloved, I wish above all things that thou mayest prosper and be in good health, even as thy soul prosper. That's found in the 3rd John, verses 1-2.
Okay, we're also going to start off with our disclaimer. The information shared here is not meant to diagnose or to be for treatment. This presentation is meant to provide information for your information and for your review and consideration. Please feel free to share this with your healthcare provider. And if you have any questions, please feel free to contact us in this email below. And we just thank you for being here with us today.
Yes. So as we go to our next slide, I wanted to, we're going to still continue to talk about breaking SAD, which is the standard American diet. And before we start talking about that, we want to give you another scripture. And God said, Behold, I have given you every herb-bearing seed, which is upon the face of all the earth, and every tree in the which is the fruit of a tree yielding seed. To you it shall be for meat. And that is found in Genesis 1:29. So as we continue to talk about still breaking that SAD diet that most of us are on right now, we're going to talk about something else different, part of that SAD diet that affects us. Now, if you go to the next slide, we showed you next slide about the guy that's eating like a hamburger, the one before. For that one, his belly looks like a hamburger. So think about your choices. You know, you can make choices.
Right.
We have hamburgers. Well, a lot of us like to eat hamburgers, deli sandwiches, fries, hot dogs, shakes, pizza, Kentucky Fried Chicken or Popeye's Fried Chicken. Okay.
Right, yes.
But then on the other side, what we should be eating are things like apples, bananas,
oranges, lentils, spinach, pinto beans, collard greens, just good foods that's going to give you the nutrients that you need. So think about your choices.
So with that, we think about our choices, we're going to discuss what are the choices that we saw on the left side, those hamburgers and deli sandwiches and things like that.
Right.
They have in them what they call nitrates. And we're going to talk about nitrates today and how they are beneficial and not beneficial and how they can cause cancer.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so basically, you want to know, what is a nitrate, right? Well, nitrates are inorganic compounds made up of nitrogen and oxygen, and they are used as preservatives, color fixators, and in cured meats and other industrial uses, such as gunpowder, explosives, fertilizer, glass enamels. When we eat nitrates, they are converted into nitrates are converted into nitrites in our digestive system, which are then converted into ammonia and disposed by our bodies. I'm sorry.
Yeah. And nitrates are not generally harmful unless they are consumed in massive quantities, and nitrates on their own and also in moderation are also generally not harmful. However, though, nitrates can be degraded into carcinogenic compounds by heat and also by digestive enzymes. Okay.
So our body is full of enzymes.
Yes.
So that's why we're trying to bring this to your attention.
Right. And nitrates are particularly good at preventing botulism, which is an anaerobic form of bacteria that causes paralysis
And
and
even
death.
death.
Yes.
Yes.
So the word anaerobic, what that indicates, it's without oxygen.
Right.
So that's what has happened. That term is used in medicine. Anaero- Anaerobic bacteria are germs that can survive and grow where there is no
No
oxygen.
oxygen. Yeah.
So that's why we need to be careful about what we're taking in. So
Right. Right.
when we talk again about what are nitrates and nitrates.
And are they bad?
Hmm.
Yes. Sometimes they can and sometimes they can't. So nitrates and nitrites are compounds consisting of nitrogen and oxygen atoms. And nitrates can turn into nitrites,
Hmm.
which can then form either nitric oxide, which is good, or
Nitrosamides.
nitrosamide.
Yeah.
So those are bad.
Yeah. So you have to be very careful. So when we think about nitrates and we talk about those hamburgers, we saw something on, remember that film where they're talking about what's your meat like?
Right.
Yeah.
Yes.
I can't
Yes.
remember the title of the film,
Right.
but when they, let's talk about ham even. So when
Yes.
they make that ham, normally how it should go is to take a piece of pork in the factory and they put seasonings on it and they do vegetable, if I'm like a vegetable broth on it, and cook it.
Right.
But the problem with that, the appearance of it doesn't look really good.
So what they
So
do is they color it. They're about putting a nitrite in it.
they pump, and you see how they
Mhm.
just use this machine. It looks like a lot of needles, and they
Right.
putting nitrates
In it.
inside of that meat.
Right.
So that's what they're doing to it.
Right.
So
Exactly.
that's what
makes it look good and colorful.
makes it look good and colorful, and
And
you want to
fresh.
go buy it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So do now. This is a question that some people ask: do nitrosamides produced in food actually cause cancer?
Well, is a potential drawback to that. So studies suggest that dietary nitrates and nitrites can enhance physical performance, especially during high intensity of endurance and exercise. And some meat products contain nitrosaminides, which are known to cause bladder cancer.
Michelle.
Mashad, who is one of the people who work for a testing company, and her team looked at data for 47,422 men and 88,771
Yeah.
women participating in this health professional follow-up study. And the nurses' health study, respectively, participated were followed up to 22 years, during which time 808 developed bladder cancer.
So they followed those people for
22
22 years,
years.
and 808 of them developed bladder cancer. So that just tell you
Right.
how harmful these nitrates
Right.
that they're putting in our meats could be to your processed meats. A lot of processed meats.
Right.
So
Again,
mhm,
studies have suggested that dietary nitrates and nitrites can do something positive, enhance physical performance, especially during high intensity endurance exercise. Nitrates and nitrites are essential compounds, but they can become hazardous if they are formed the nitrosamines.
yeah. So
So that's why we were talking about it today, so people can be aware.
right. And we need to cut back on all of those processed meats. So
Right.
why are they? Why are they a good thing in beets but not in bacon? Because nitrates are in beets, but they're also in bacon. So what's the
Yes.
difference?
Right.
So in processed meat products, Nitrates combine with the protein's amino acid and form nitrosamides, which have been associated with an increased risk of certain cancers.
Right.
So, a World Health Organization report found that each 50-gram portion of processed meats a person ate per day, which is about like 5 slices of bacon,
Yeah.
upped their odds of colorectal cancer by 18%.
Yeah.
So, we that like that bacon that we eat every morning, we risk that chance of getting cholesterol
And that's
cancer.
any one type of bacon too. It
Yeah.
doesn't have a select few. It's
Right.
any type of bacon.
So the evidence was really strong. What they found about this, that the World Health Association organization classified these foods as a group 1 carcinogen.
Yes.
And you know what? That's the same category that was designated for tobacco.
Right.
So can you imagine that? Is that just as dangerous as the tobacco is?
Yeah.
So we need to be very careful with
That
that.
is so true. And high heat can also contribute to the nitrosamines formation. So
Jim Polis, that's a person.
that recommends cooking processed meats at lower temperatures. For example, microwaving bacon could even be better than frying it, according to some research.
Yeah, I'm not sure
But
if I
I'm not-
totally agree with
I don't
that
agree
either.
with that either.
Yeah,
But the
but-
best bet is to simply reduce the amount of the meats or amounts of them that you eat. And that goes for foods labeled natural or nitrate free too. Because
Mhm.
studies have also shown that conversion to nitrates to nitrosamides can occur regardless of whether they are organic or synthetic. So that added nitrates.
Nitrates. I know it's like a tongue twister.
I know. So added nitrates, the same lady, Champola says, they are often made with celery powder, which contains naturally occurring nitrates and can still produce nitrosamides. So,
Yeah.
although
So,
it's considered to be added. So
yeah. So those
it's
hot
not
dogs
easy.
that you think you're getting that is so-called natural, or say that there's no nitrate and nitrate free, that
Right.
is not necessarily
No,
true.
no.
So,
But you know, sometimes, well, I had a friend that told me that when they go to the deli or someplace, they ask if there are nitrates in it, and when they try to choose with the butcher, well, he's not going to tell you that there's no I mean that there are nitrates in the meat. You just have to make that decision by the way it looks.
and you do. I remember going to the deli, and I'm sure nitrates was in this, because when you talk about nitrates, they're coloring the food, okay? Because I'm looking at some salmon.
Mm-hmm.
One salmon was darker, which didn't look as appetizing,
Right,
and the other one looked so pink and pretty.
right.
Okay, so which one are people going to buy, pink and pretty?
Well,
I asked her.
That's true.
So do you all add something to this to make them look pretty? And she said, yes, they do.
They have to.
Yeah,
To sell
do.
it.
Yeah.
So
to
yeah.
sell it. Because if it doesn't look pretty,
We're not-
what is that I say? You eat with your eyes
Yes,
first.
yes, we did mention
We
that
do.
in one of our
Yes.
programs.
You
where
eat
we
with
talk-
your eyes
you
first.
eat with
If
your
it looks
eyes.
appealing, then I'm going to buy it.
Exactly.
So,
exactly.
That's what has happened there.
Yeah. So the bottom line is nitrates from plants and those added to meat behave very differently in the body. Increasing your consumption of nitrates rich veggies may reduce blood pressure and improve athletic performance, but it's best to limit the intake of processed meats, even natural and nitrate free products, which are associated with increased risk of cancer. That's the bottom line.
That's the bottom line, because they're good nitrates which are in the ground. They're already there in the ground. Those are the ones that we can have.
Right.
But the ones that they're putting in our meats and other foods, I don't know right off the top of my head what other foods they could be putting them in. you need to be aware of it.
Right.
And we need to learn to read our labels
That is true.
too.
That is true.
And that will tell you.
But now we have 4 foods here that we know have added nitrates. And one of them is ham, because you
Mhm.
mentioned ham earlier.
Mhm.
So ham is often the highest source of dietary nitrates. A single 100-gram serving of cured ham has as much as 900 mcgs of nitrates.
Which is micrograms.
Micrograms, okay,
Oh.
micrograms of nitrates. And this is the source of the iconic pink color that you see on cured
Mhm.
hams. Yeah.
So that's how they make it look so pretty for
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
The next one is bacon, and it has up to 380 micrograms of nitrates per 100 gram of weight. So it's also incredibly high in nitrates. Nitrates and nitrites tend to be pervasive in bacon products, which leads some brands to label their packaging as nitrate free, and that is not necessarily
not-
true.
Right.
So nitrate free bacon was tested as having nearly double the amount of nitrates in it, as far as up to 680 micrograms per 100 grams. So
Wow.
that tells you need to be careful about that bacon that we so-called love at breakfast time.
Absolutely. And then deli meats. Deli meat is another major source of harmful nitrates. Cured deli meats, on average, have up to 500 micrograms of nitrates per 100 grams of meat, while uncured deli meats have about 300 micrograms of the same amount of meat. So it still has it in there. So
Mhm.
we're telling you right here, right now, to limit how much of that you
Mhm.
eat, because it's very harmful to your body.
Right. Yes, it is.
Yeah.
It
And
is.
you remember when we used to fry bologna?
Oh my! Used
So
to love those fried bologna
we were
sandwiches.
heating them up, right?
Yeah, and heating it up and making it even worse.
Yes.
Yes,
And
we
not
sure were.
knowing though. So
Yes.
that's why we're here, to try to inform you so you can do better.
Right.
And don't forget, this is 2023 and we're trying to do better.
That's
So
right.
all
That's
those
for
folks
sure.
who are doing fried bologna needs to stop.
And here's our favorite. I wish I was an Oscar Mayer wiener.
Hot dogs.
Yes, hot dogs.
Yeah.
They advertised that thing so much. I'll never forget back in the day how
Yeah,
they used to. And I'm telling my age.
I'm guilty. I used to love hot
Oh.
dogs. I mean, I still love
Yes.
hot dogs, but I stopped eating
Uh-huh.
hot dogs after I discovered
Yeah.
all of what I know now
Mhm.
about the hot dog.
Yeah, hot dogs are one of the most processed source of meats on the
Mhm.
market.
Yeah.
The average hot dog contains about 50 micrograms of nitrate per 100 grams of meat,
Mhm.
which carries about 9 milligrams of nitrates.
Yeah.
So that is something we ate a lot. I mean, we
I
fed our
did.
children.
My
Between-
niece used to like hers on the grill burnt.
Oh, that's even worse.
I know.
Oh God! So when you heat it up,
She's
You-
not here
yeah.
today.
well,
Cancer. So
yeah,
I just felt like,
yeah.
yes, those are dark hot
But-
dogs.
Right, right. And see, that's where a lot of our cancer is lying today because we're eating a lot of these processed
Yes.
foods.
Yes. So we do have some potential benefits of nitrates. And when we eat nitrates from plants, our body does convert them into nitric oxide, which has been shown to have a number of benefits such as regulating blood pressure and improving circulation. This in turn can boost both heart health and athletic performance. For example, in a 2021 study, they found that active adult men who received nitrate derived from beet juice increased their muscle power
Mm.
output. Now that's interesting.
That is interesting, yes.
And another trial showed that consuming at least 60 milligrams of nitrate from vegetables daily, that's about what you get from a cup of raw green leafy vegetables, may significantly reduce the risk for heart disease. Now, in addition to nitrate-rich plants, provides many other health promoting nutrients, including oxidants,
Antioxidants.
oh, excuse me, antioxidants, and potential anti-inflammatory compounds. And this is explained in the New York City Culinary Nutrition by the nutritionist Jackie Nugent, and she's a RDN, a CDN. So again, the bottom line is not from ground. If it's not from the ground or from the tree, more likely it's unhealthy.
That's true. That's
More
true.
likely.
Yes. So as you see, our vegetables are very important. They have the proper amount of nitrates that we need to put in our body. And inflammatory, we have all are so inflamed. We need to eat more
Yeah,
of those natural products.
right, we do.
So
So you're going to give a few of those healthy sources.
yeah.
So some of the healthy sources, I'll give you one. I'm going to give you one of the nitrate sources, vegetable sources. Nitrates can be converted into healthy nitric oxide, and you don't need to cut out nitrates entirely. So instead of eating natural sources of nitrates, where the compound is found with other antioxidants and vitamins, here's one of the 4 foods that's rich in nitrates, and that's spinach. Spinach is not a great addition to is a is not a great additional to
it's
salad.
not just a great addition.
Right. Thank you. But it also can be a great source of natural dietary nitrates. So a 100 gram servings of fresh spinach can give you contains anywhere from 24 to 387 milligrams of nitrates, and this amount varies wildly depending on the growth of where the growing condition, where it's grown,
And that's with any of our plants.
that's true
Yeah.
because we talk about
We'll
that
talk
with our
about
oils.
Yeah, it does.
Right.
It depends on where
Where
they're
it's
grown, the quality that you're
Exactly.
going to get.
Absolutely.
Okay, another one which I haven't tried, and I'm going to try it.
You haven't
Bok
tried-
choy, no, I have
Oh,
not
yeah,
tried
it's-
bok choy.
I can't describe what it tastes like, but
And I guess I don't know what to do with it too. So,
you can do it the same way you can do cabbage.
okay,
Mhm.
then maybe I'll get some of that for today. Out of the cabbage family, bok choy is the highest in nitrates.
Oh, yes, it's out of
Yeah.
cabbage family.
Yeah.
Right.
Isn't that something? You told me something, okay? So depending on where it's growing conditions, again, it can contain anywhere from 103 to 309 milligrams of nitrates.
And then there's your lettuce. While lettuce isn't always known to be for being rich in nutrients, it does contain a significant amount of the natural nitrates. It contains between 13 and 267 milligrams of nitrates
So we could,
per 100 grams of servings.
so we could get some benefits because I always think of lettuce. Hey, it's just water.
Right.
If I want to drink some, want to get some water, I could eat some lettuce. If I
Right.
want water.
Right.
But yeah, lettuce does have some value
And
to
it
it.
didn't say it was any one kind, so it meant all of it
Right.
perhaps has the nitrates.
And the next one, my favorite, I do love carrots. So leafy vegetables aren't the only source of natural nitrates. So if you're looking for something that's slightly earthy, carrots are a great source
right.
of nitrates as well. So
as we
go ahead.
last week we talked. Last
Mhm.
month, I should say, we talked about a documentary on eating you alive, and that's when we were talking about the plant-based diet with
Mhm.
no meat. Too much can damage kidneys and promote cancer cells to grow. And then we said no oils,
Mhm.
depending on how they were being used and what oils. They're pure fat, overused with cooking and using on your dressing for your
Right,
salads.
right.
And coconut oil is 90% fat and lard is 40. So
When
look
you
at
do a comparison, we used to think
Right.
lard was so
Sure
bad,
did.
but I guess the
And
coconut's worse.
looks like it's better than the coconut oil. So
Yeah.
and then no nuts as a part of your diet, not too many, depending on the health condition. They give you healthy oils, but overdoing it can depend on what type of
Mhm.
situation you're in. Because I think last week we talked about it was Jackson. He had
Samuel Jackson.
Samuel Jackson.
Yes.
Yeah, he had
Yeah.
been taken off of nuts because of a situation.
Health condition,
Right, health condition.
Yes.
And then no dairy. Doesn't strengthen. It doesn't strengthen the bones as
Everybody-
we
yeah,
have been
we were been taught, yeah.
Yes. So milk animals produce their own milk for their young, not for us.
That's right.
So basically, we just need to take dairy out of our diet.
Yes, and dairy casein is a promoter of cancer.
Yeah.
You need to know that.
Right.
So,
Affects our DNA.
mm-hmm.
So yeah. And
No sugar.
no sugar. No sugar.
It suppresses our immune system.
Yes, it does.
We kind of rate that. That's the biggest drug on the market.
Mm-hmm.
Not the cocaine or whatever, fentanyl,
White flour and all that. Refined.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sugar is the biggest.
It is. It's addictive, very
Mhm.
addictive. And you look for it in all your food sometimes
Mhm.
because you're always cooking, dropping a little bit on your greens and all that.
Mhm.
You're taking away the nutrients that you really need.
Right.
Trying to get the bitterness out. That bitterness might mean something.
That's right. So we just wanted to encourage you to consider that meat is just not really good for us. I mean,
Right.
the quality of it anymore is not really good. The processing of it is not really any good for us. So we need to. It's not like back in the day when our parents, our grandparents had those farm and they raised their own and they raised it with care. I don't know.
They
it's
did.
Just,
they did.
you know, they had the free range of natural soil and stuff. And today,
and they had smokehouses where they put the meat up in there to accrue it itself.
Yeah.
Rather
That's
than,
true.
and I think maybe they cut off the outside. I don't know how they did it, but
Yeah.
they didn't put nitrates in it. That's for sure. Trying to make it pretty.
Right. So now, if we could go back to that picture with the man
With the hamburger.
with the hamburger, there he is. So you are what you eat. So we told you how hamburgers and all those deli meats can have nitrates in them, which are causing you cancer or any other health conditions, arthritis,
Right.
you know,
Inflammation. That's what.
lots
Yeah,
of
lots of
inflammation.
inflammation.
And yeah, well, basically, you know, you said the word because inflammation is the cause of all diseases.
That's
so,
true.
Yeah, so it's causing a lot of inflammation. So now we're giving you a chance to make a choice.
Right.
Do you want to eat the foods on that left side where that man's eating his hamburger and having a waist like his hamburger? I'm trying to get rid of mine. And the deli sandwiches, or do you want to eat some fresh fruits, vegetables, apples, bananas, spinach, beans? We need to incorporate our beans into our
Right.
diet.
Just make a decision today
Mhm.
to be what you want to be in 23. That's what we're
There
trying to
you
get
go.
you to do.
Yes.
That's exactly where we're
Yes.
headed. And basically, doTERRA has something that can help you when you're making choices of food. So all the time.
Next slide would be
Yeah. So all the time, we're not going to get the foods that we, get all of the natural benefits from our foods. So we have something that we're going to share with you.
So if you could go to our next slide where we're talking about a product called
Terrazyme, yes. Digestion Terrazyme. And it's a supplement from doTERRA Essential Oils Company. And the digestive enzyme complex is a proprietary blend of active whole food enzymes. And they support cofactors that are often deficient when we cook our food. When we cook it, when it's processed, and when the preservatives are added to it, like we just talked about, the nitrates, the powerful combination of digestive enzymes found in Digestion Terrazyme supports the body's constant production of enzymes, which helps our healthy digestion, and also is critical for healthy biochemical functions of all of our food nutrients, the cellular metabolism of nutrients to energy. Digestion Terrazyme includes a variety of whole food enzymes that can help with the digestion of proteins, fats, complex carbohydrates, sugars, and fibers.
Right. And as you could see, because even as you want to make those changes in your lifestyle,
Mhm.
it may take time to do it. And even as we try to get used to eating a healthy lifestyle,
Mhm.
sometimes you still need that support in your digestive system. So it's going to help the healthy digestion and metabolism of enzyme deficient processed foods, and it's going to uh, support the conversion
Mhm.
of food and nutrients to cellular energy, promotes gastrointestinal comfort and food tolerance, and so much more so that it can do. So, this is a product that we suggest that everyone, before you eat your food, take this Terrazyme
Yeah.
before your meal because we want to open up that gut
Right.
so that it will be ready to process what we're putting into our system.
Right.
So if you're interested in getting this product, which I think is a product that we all should have, you can email us at 4visions4oils@gmail.com. Again, that's 4visions4oils@gmail.com. So as we go to our next slide to Power to Be in 2023.
We suggested you take, I know some of you are already going on your 30-day challenge with our Meta Power
Yeah.
that we had spoken to you about several weeks back, and we continue to share it with you because it has so much to offer and it is going to be a game changer for us this year.
Mhm.
So, Meta Power is the metabolic uh, energy, and then the PWR is personal wellness realized. So we hope that by the end of 23, you're going to realize that you
Yes.
have done great this year and you're going to continue it for the
Yes,
next.
yes. So what we're trying to do, if you
Yeah.
have problems with your energy,
Mhm.
with weight, mood, sleep, clarity, stress, I'm sure we all have at least one or two of these issues going
Right,
on,
right.
if not all, but especially stress.
Mhm.
We need a system that is going to help change our lives because our metabolic system, as we get older, we want to still feel like we have younger. I was actually watching, what is the name of the show? Tamara Hall's show
Oh,
yesterday.
okay, okay.
And Chef Babette. I don't know if anybody knows of Chef Babette. She's a 72-year-old woman.
Okay.
Now, her metabolism, she looks so good. I think she said she changed her life at age 40.
Okay.
Okay. In the process of changing her life, she changed her diet and started working out.
Okay.
And she looks really good. She does not even look like she is 72 years old.
Okay.
She's just as slim, and she had on this nice dress and these high heels. She does planks. That was the interesting thing. She does. That's when it's kind of like a push up,
Okay.
except you hold yourself up in that position
Okay.
for, try to hold it up for a minute if you can. And that is hard. I've done it. But it's going to support that gut, but it's also going to strengthen a lot of your muscles.
Yeah, it will. Especially if you're holding.
She does it for 8 minutes every day.
Wow.
Every day.
That's
But
wonderful.
she even showed them on the show. If you could go back and look at this show, she even showed them on the show. She got in her slim dress that she was in, them high heels. She got down on the floor and did the plank.
Oh, wow.
They took a commercial break, but they didn't want her to do 8 minutes.
Gotcha.
She did over a minute. But to say for all of us to look and feel as good as she did, that's because she has a good metabolic system.
Right.
Now, we can't get our metabolic system by ourselves. So MetaPower is here to help you
Right.
to improve that metabolic system so that we can look as good as she did at 72 and get around as good as she did.
Right. Because if you don't move,
Yes.
you're going to be stiff and,
Yes.
and unhealthy. You
Right.
have to continue to move it, no matter what age.
Right.
You have to keep moving.
And like we said, this metabolic system is going to help with your mood, which is your emotions and things.
Yeah.
So all of this is working in conjunction. And she
Right.
spoke about that.
Mhm.
In order to be healthy too, we got to focus on our emotions and our
That's
mood
true.
and keep
That's
moving forward.
Right.
And yes, this is what this whole system will do
It's
for
about-
you.
And don't forget to tell them about the vitality.
Well, okay, yeah, and then along with that, you need some great vitamins. Our lifelong vitality pack,
Right.
which is going to support every single system in your body, even your brain, and it's going to help you. It's working in conjunction with metapower power, and you're going to get that
Yes.
energy you need to continue on.
Right.
So as you take your vitamins and use the MetaPower system, you're going to see some great changes.
Right.
Now, with our vitamins, lifelong vitality pack, we know call it LOV. If you take it for a month and you don't feel any change in your body, then they would be willing to give you your money back.
Right.
So it's
So
great
Terra
when-
stands behind that product very strongly because they know that it works. But if you use the entire bottle or packages,
Mhm.
they will still give you your money back if you don't feel any improvement.
Right.
So that is how strongly they believe in the lifelong vitality.
So let's talk about the product.
Okay, let's talk about it. Let's talk about MetaPower Assist first because that's the one that I am very excited about because all you have to do is take a pill, one of the tablets before your biggest meal. You don't even have to take it but one time if you eat one big meal. But if you have 3 big meals, you better take it all 3 times. But the MetaPower Assist decreases the post-meal glucose spikes. So therefore, it's helping you to continue to have a good A1C. It won't let it fluctuate up and down because when it fluctuates up and down, it ages you. So it reduces absorption of simple carbohydrates. And that's how it's able to help you keep that sugar level in check. It supports healthy blood sugar responses. Again, same thing. And it stabilizes energy levels throughout the day. So it depends on what time you do your first meal, though. It's going to help you, with that last one, stabilizing.
First meal with a lot of carbs.
I'm saying the first meal is probably not going to have a lot of carbs.
So the first meal you have a lot of carbs, right?
Not necessarily. You might
Oh,
have
no,
it
no.
at dinner sometimes.
Yeah,
on
whatever
what
meal you
Yeah,
have.
whatever the
Yeah.
largest meal is, right, that you're going to take. But I'm thinking throughout the day, you might want to do it at the first meal. Make that your big meal. But I make my big meal my dinner, actually. But I still take it. Take it. Yeah. And then you got the metabolic blend. That's the oil that they have with it. It's called a metabolic blend. And what you do, you put a drop in your water throughout the day. And it's going to help with your, it inhibits fat cell maturation, which means that if you have any fat cells, they're not going to get any bigger. And then it curbs your cravings of sugar and other desired snacks, undesirable snacks, and it supports metabolic health. And then we have the MetaPower Advantage, which promotes it promotes a healthy biological aging and improves your health span. It also improves cognitive thinking. I mean, your function, you can think better, and supports lean muscle and connective tissue. And it improves your skin and also make it firm. So that is our system along with the Lifeline Vitality. And we're looking forward to seeing you work out your challenge.
So if you do purchase that MetaPower system, you could get it for a wholesale price. That's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 products. And in that MetaPower blend, You have your choice of the
That's
oil,
right.
the
Yeah,
pills.
yeah.
And if you're on the go, you got your beadlets you could take with you,
Right.
and you could take them on the go. And then they also have the what they call a satiety gum,
Mhm.
and satiety means full. So if you're a gum chewer, you could chew your gum, and that will help you
Right.
feel full
Yeah, I forgot
while
to
you're on the go.
Yeah, I forgot the on the go part.
Yeah, on the go part. So,
Yeah.
and if you purchase this, you get $179 worth of products, and that is includes a free enrollment,
Which means
too.
that
So
if you enroll, you get your discounted
you get all your products, any products you purchase
discount.
after enrollment discounted
Exactly.
for you.
Right.
So now let's talk a little bit about doTERRA as a company.
Yeah.
So as we talked to you about those foods, what are essential oils? They're
Yeah.
foods because
Yeah.
God told us to use the plants for the earth to be our food and our medicine.
Yeah.
So that's all essential oils. They are 100% natural and safe. There are no side effects to ours. And I'm speaking only of doTERRA's and addictions. What are they again? What God told us to do. They are nothing but extracts from plants that have the amazing health benefits. And why? Because they're grown in areas where they're supposed to be grown in. So we're going to get the purest form of the oil from it. Now, they are found to also be 50 to 70% more powerful than herbs. So this is why our product is safe.
Mm-hmm.
Now, when we talk about them being effective, which they are, now we have millions of cells in our body, and our cells have an oily membrane wrap around it, and that membrane is supposed to protect the good things, keep them in there, and keep the bad things out. Well, we got bacteria and viruses. Those are two bad things.
Mm-hmm.
Bacteria tends to form on the outside of the cell. Viruses have managed to get on the inside of that oily membrane, penetrate it. Now, with the bacterial infection, doctor usually give you like antibiotics and tell you to take them for 7 to 10 days, and you feel much better, which you most often do. But it's going to create some other problems because there's some side effects that go along with those antibiotics.
Yeah.
Now, with a virus, like a cold or flu, a lot of times they tell you to drink plenty of fluid, get a rest, and let it run its course. They try to give you medications, but medications don't really help like it's supposed to because a lot of medications are water-based. So what we know about oil and water, they don't mix.
They don't mix.
So they have a difficult time penetrating that cell membrane, that oily membrane. But with essential oils, doTERRA's essential oils, they're so microorganisms. They're so small, and they are able to penetrate. And it's an oil penetrating that wall and get in there and fight that virus that's going in. Now, people tend to think that essential oils are expensive, but they really aren't. Because when you get sick, you take off from work, you need to go to the doctor. You got to drive to the doctor or take a bus or a train or whatever it is to get there. And then you got to pay a copay. You got to, most often he's giving you a prescription. Now I got to go get the prescription filled. And then you're going to probably, depending upon how sick you are, you're going to miss more than one day from work. So now you've lost a lot and spent a lot of money.
Right.
Well, with my doTERRA essential oil, with an ear infection, all I do is take lavender, a couple of drops of lavender, a couple of drops of tea tree, and I put them behind my ears, and I put them on the inside of the earlobe as well, and then go to bed for 12 hours, and when you wake up, it will be gone. That is how affordable it is. That would only cost you pennies per drop just to do that, and you could actually heal your body. So now let's talk about how we can actually use our doTERRA essential oils.
Okay, we can use them 3 ways. We've got three.
Three and three.
So we can use our doTERRA essential oils 3 ways. Aromatically, first of all, and you can diffuse them or inhale them in your hands. And the when you do this, you get a positive effect for your mood. And we talked about mood being part of the meta power that you
Right.
need to have no, when you were just talking about the program on TV
Oh yeah.
about the
Yes,
mood. So
yeah.
this will help you have a positive mood. So, and it also cleanses the air and it supports the respiratory system. And that's how you can use it aromatically. You can use it topically, and you can apply it to any affected area. Localized benefits. That's what happens here, and I can tell you a lot of ways that you can use it, which I'm going to tell you. Um, you can dilute it with fractionated coconut oil for the best results. But on the next, uh, I'll tell you about that after we get through with letting you know that you can also use it internally. When you use it internally, though, you have to use it in a veggie cap. You could use it in a veggie cap, or you could use it in water in a container. But the container would have to be glass or uh, stainless steel, because our oils are so potent and pure that if you use it in plastic or styrofoam or any type of paper cup or something, that it will definitely take the taste of that particular item or melt the item. So you can also use it under your tongue. And the other ways that you could use it would be if you use it in your navel, in your spine, or in your forehead. If you have a headache or something, and we have that peppermint that is so pure. All you have to do is rub it in your temples if you have a headache, or behind your neck, and that headache will leave you right away. But that's how you could use it as well under your foot. When you use it under your foot, you're using it, it will go to every cell, every organ in your body. All you have to do is know the oil to use. But we could rub it under the bottom of the foot and put it in a capsule, put it in our water, and we could put it on a direct topically. And therefore, if you do it those ways and it's harmful for your skin, coconut oil is suggested by doTERRA. So those are the three ways that you can use our oils: internal, topically, and aromatically.
And then internally, we have oils
That you can use internally.
Most of them you can. But
That's
there's
true.
Some you can't.
That is true. Thank you for reminding me that on the bottle of the oils that you can use internally, they have supplement. So some of them can be used internally. And doTERRA has a safety link that you can, class link that you can go to, and it's called trainingdoterra.com/courses.
Yes.
Okay, so if you want to know those that information, that's where you would go. Okay.
Now let's talk about how now you can get these oils in your home, because we want you to change your lifestyle so that you can be what you want to be in 2023, a better you in 2023. And we're going to keep promoting that because we want everybody to live a healthier life. Live a long,
healthy life.
Right.
And independent as possible.
Yes, as independent as you can be. So the first way people like to buy things is retail. And I wouldn't want you to do that, because that's the most expensive way. That's like if you go to a spa and they treat you with these products, they charge you high prices, or even on a cruise, they're going to charge you those higher prices.
Yeah. And the second way is wholesale with something like Costco's or Sam's Club. So it's with a membership. So you can join with the membership and you can get 25% off of the retail prices. But again, that's not the easier or the best way to buy.
Nope. And the best way is wholesale with what we call LRP, which is Loyalty Reward Program that we have, where you're going to get the 25% off the real retail price. Plus, you get some additional perks, which means you're going to get some free stuff.
Yeah.
Too. So that is the way we want you to purchase your products. We want you to join up, and as we could address whatever situation is going on in your body, we're going to help you to get through it, and you'll be able to get the products and that you need at such a great price, and even earn some free products that doTERRA has to offer you.
Right. And if you have any questions about how you can do that, you can just give us an email at fourvisionsforoils@gmail.com.
Okay.
So now we want to suggest why doTERRA? Why doTERRA and why
Well,
not? Why now?
why now? Why doTERRA? Why? Because
Because
doTERRA is
first of all, because you want to change your
life
life and you want to be, what is it? The power to,
to
be in 23.
2023. Yes.
Right. So,
So-
all of those reasons is
Right.
why doTERRA, because doTERRA is the largest essential oils company in the world. And if you just join to take a look, you will see that they are all over the world, around the world.
Yes.
And they are the most tested, most trusted essential oils in the market. They are used by doctors and hospitals worldwide. They're ethically and sustainably sourced, meaning that we work directly with the farmers. Wherever these oils are grown, they're grown in the best soil for that particular oil. And the farmers are compensated. And we also have that co-impact where they help us to get the best oils and we help them improve their lifestyles. And we have 120 plus markets open. That's including the United States and around the world.
Yes.
And the compensation plan is amazing. I mean, if you're interested in making some money and would like to have a additional income, you ought to come and look at the compensation plan that doTERRA has. Okay, and additional to that, they have a high retention rate, which means that, I mean, if over 70% of our customers are loyal, even if they're not selling the oils, then that's how the rate is so high. And it's a privately owned company. The company is incredible, has an incredible ownership team, and this team is of 7 people. 6 men and 1 woman, and they are a great team. And they have people on there who can do all of the things that I have mentioned, help us to get to where we are today. And they are debt free with no outside funding.
And that's what I like the most about them. They are debt free with no funding.
Right.
So now we want you to help us to spread the word about doTERRA, because doTERRA is an awesome company, as Ruth has told you about some of the things that we do.
Yeah.
So when we talked about being in 120 markets, can you imagine we're like in Africa, we're in China,
Yeah.
we're all over the world. That is just awesome. That just tells you, speaks volumes to me.
Yeah,
about that.
Australia. Oh,
Yeah.
we're around the world.
Around the world, yes.
Maybe there's some few we missed, but
Oh,
we work
definitely. There's a lot of places
Right.
we missed.
with the incredible team we
Mhm.
have, they're working to
Yeah,
even get in more.
right. Exactly.
Sharing. Because
And-
this is unreal.
It is.
what
It's
these oils can
amazing.
do.
It's amazing what they can do. And I just share my testimony with you guys briefly, because I was diagnosed with the rheumatoid arthritis and on 4 different medications, and was able to get off of 3 of them. And the oils were the ones that did it for me. I was introduced to them, I started taking them, and I was able to come off of all those medications. And that's been over 5 years now.
Yeah.
Now, the doctors didn't want to take me off. I have to share that with you. They didn't want to take me off. But when I kept getting my blood work done and it showed that my rheumatoid factor numbers were great, and I was not taking, and I don't recommend everybody do what I did, but once I started feeling better, I started taking myself off, because they don't want to take you off. And when my numbers kept showing up as being good, I decided, look, no, I don't want to receive this medication anymore. So it's been over 5 years. I'm not good at keeping track of everything, but I know it's been over 5 years since I've been off the medication, and all I have is the one that I take for
That's
this.
wonderful.
So that just speaks volume for these oils, for
Right.
those
yes.
that just need to hear how beneficial they are. And there's many great testimonies about
Yeah,
this.
because I was thinking about the one my niece had when the scorpion bit her, and she used
yes.
frankincense,
Yes.
and that swelling went right down.
Mhm.
Yeah, so it's a lot of testimonies
Oh,
out
there's
there.
a lot, and I have
Yeah.
more that I could share. We just some minor things, or
Right.
even well, I don't know if I want to really call it minor, but I don't know. Still, some real painful things, and the oils were
Exactly.
really able to help me
Yeah.
with that situation. Now, we're not negating doctors. Yes, we do need
Oh, no,
doctors,
we
and we
definitely-
do
yes.
need medications from time to time. So, but these oils are there to help, and you can take these oils with even while you're on medication.
Yes,
Because
because they're plant based.
They're plant-based. They're nothing but
pure.
plants.
They don't have any
Yeah.
additives.
But if you need to consult your doctors, we always recommend that
That
you do
you do
consult your
that.
doctors.
Yeah.
Now, we want you to help share this word with us about doTERRA, and we have something that we could give you for free. We have this little keychain that holds 8 little vials of oils that you could attach to your purse and take with you on the go. And all you have to do is host a class, and we could do it for you via Zoom. Just be the host, we'll be the presenters, and you could do it via Zoom, or we could come to a facility and present for you. So all you have to do is invite people, and for every person you invite, we will fill up a vial of oil. For example, the keychain holds 8 vials of oil. So if you invite 4, we'll fill 4 up. If you invite 8 or more, we'll fill the whole keychain up. So that's like if you're out and about and you may have a kid in the back seat crying, or even if you get a bug bite, lavender is good for that.
Yes, it
Lavender
is.
is good for a bug bite. A kid back in the seat crying, you could put some lavender on her, and it should help calm them down. Now, we all go out and eat at different places. So if you go out and eat, then you could use your digestion.
Right.
So help us share the word. And our email address for visionsforoils@gmail.com.
And we want to thank you for tuning in to us today. Remember that your health is not an expense. It's not an expense. It is
An investment.
an investment.
Yes.
Yes. So thank you again, and be all you can be in 23.
And
We're going to close with a scripture.
okay, the scripture is, the Lord redeemeth the soul of his servants, and none of them that trust in him shall be desolate. That's found in Psalms 34:22.
Okay, so we're suggesting that you get in shape.
Yes, get ready.
Yes, we are oils behind closed doors. Thank you.
Thank you.
for coming.
Views made on the preceding program are not those of WVTC Radio, iNetworks Communications, or their financial supporters.
Winning victory through Christ. WVTC Allsip Chicago.